Time's up. You've hit the maximum
views,
time for
opinions,
your
and
recording.
representations
If you're happy
expressed
with
on the
your
Night
message,
Dreams Talk
hit
Radio
1.
Network
To
and its
listen to your
website
message,
are
hit
those
2.
of the hosts,
To erase
guests,
it and
and
record again,
participants,
hit 3.
and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by the network, its affiliated stations and broadcasts, the management, other
You
hosts,
still there?
or
If you're
advertisers of
happy
the
with your
network.
message, hit
The
1.
show is found on the
To
Night
listen to your
Dreams Talk
message,
Radio Network
hit 2.
can,
To
but do
erase
not
it and record
necessarily
again,
promote
hit
any
3.
particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for
You still there?
entertainment purposes
If you're
only,
happy with your
and they're not
message,
intended
hit
to
1.
treat,
To
diagnose,
listen to your
and or
message,
claim any
hit
cure of
2.
disease
To
or
erase
condition,
it and record
or give
again,
any
hit
medical
3.
or legal advice.
Seems like you're having some trouble. Okay, we've sent your
Please
message.
check out the
Bye.
Night Dreams Talk Radio website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. Also, if you want to keep our show free of advertising, just hit the donate button. Give a buck or two. Remember, all prior shows are always free to listen to. We at Night Dreams Talk Radio thank you for your support. Eric Cooper, S-4 Radio, on Night Dreams Talk Radio Network, gets deep into the paranormal.
Good evening or morning, depending where you are, and welcome to S4, the voice of Force Moon Paranormal, coming to you live from FMP headquarters in the heart of the Cascade Mountains in Concrete, Washington. FMP is a highly active emergency response team for all aspects of the paranormal, from aggressive hauntings to alien interaction, Bigfoot and other cryptids, and everything in between is terrifying. S4 is the voice where we discuss these things in detail. Not only can you find S4 right here on Night Dreams Talk Radio, but for our local listeners, check out KSVU 90.1 FM from 10 to 12 Saturdays with pre-recorded shows. So, folks, tonight, it's already February 16th. 2 more days, it's my birthday. But my party's next week. It's okay, though. So tonight we focus on eastern Skagit and Snohomish counties and Whatcom, haunted locations, UFO reports, and Bigfoot reports, so don't miss out. So tonight with us we have Cole Wigleitner, our FMP Lore and Culture Research Specialist and owner of the Statement of Sound DJ Services. Let's see who else. Michael Hall, because we're short tonight. So Michael Hall's our paranormal lawyer and founder of UFOI team. So how are we doing tonight, guys?
Hey, doing well. We're digging out from the snow, which is finally melting.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, it's about 2 foot here. 2 foot.
Wow.
It's melting rapidly, but it's still close to 2 foot. All the roads are clear, though.
Yeah. Finally, we can...
How are you looking, Cole?
Well, we just moved into a new house in Cape Horn, right down the road from you, and it got about 2.5 feet here, but it's all starting to fall off the roof, and when you step into my house, all you hear is thump, thump, thump from it all falling off.
Right. Yeah, I'm tinkering here.
So it's not too bad here. It's about 35 degrees in Skagit County, like in the mountains here right now, so a little chilly. I'm sitting outside on the porch having a cigarette and watching the skies.
Okay.
Wow, you sound really good for sitting out on the porch. You got some good audio.
Well, yeah. Well, so inside my house, it's like a freaking Faraday cage because I can't get any signal on anything inside the house.
Interesting.
Yeah. So in order to actually use my phone, I have to walk out onto the porch.
Yeah. Well, that could be useful for some privacy situations, so it's not bad.
Yeah, but, well, we got internet coming in a week, so we'll see what happens. But
oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, won't be too bad.
Well,
We're
Cole,
kind of secluded up here.
Yeah, and I was going to ask, how did you get around during the snow when it really was deep out there?
I didn't. My wife and my kids stayed with my mother-in-law, and I stayed here and by myself and resorted to cannibalism.
What does that mean?
Started eating my fingernails. I was getting so bored.
Oh, there you go. I see.
And that was, that was most of upriver.
Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't a lot moving except for down our street. There was a guy in a little Honda Civic that barreling through that snow.
He didn't go off into the ditch?
No, he was doing really well, actually.
Wow.
It wasn't, well, but this year was weird. It wasn't our normal type of snow where it's very heavy, very wet. It was very fine powdered snow. So as long as you got a good running start, you actually could go pretty far.
Now, let's talk about weather for a minute. So what we're experiencing now, when you look back, is actually a normal February winter for Washington State. The difference is we haven't had a winter like this in years.
Right.
So I guess my point is, when you talk about climate change and global warming, and are we really experiencing global warming? Or is it normal?
It's weird because in some places right now it's normal. Like we are getting our normal winters that we're supposed to in Washington State. But up in Canada and Alberta and Saskatchewan, like my parents have no snow at their house.
Okay.
Which is very abnormal for this time of year.
Well, I also know, and maybe one of you guys can clarify this for me. And folks, later on in the show, we are going to have Jamie Justice, a local. She's been living up here many generations, knows a lot of the stories about Devil's Tower, Northern State, has had her own UFO encounters up here and whatnot. And we're going to have her on here in a little bit to tell her stories. All the guests that we were going to have on tonight, well, I know, Joretta's husband had to go to the doctor, so got to take care of family. I know Megan's tired, so Megan went to bed early. And so we have a very small show tonight. Cole, how long have you lived up here?
Well, I've been in Washington State for about 9 years, but I've lived in the concrete area for about 5.
Okay. Have you heard much about Devil's Tower?
You know what? Devil's Tower, I hadn't, other than all the people getting arrested up there.
And that's recently.
Yeah.
And, and that's where you have to put out, if you have a paranormal team, or if you think you're a paranormal investigator, you don't go on private property. If there's a sign up, if there's a gate closed, well, obviously that means you don't go in there. And, it's not all paranormal teams that are going in there getting arrested. A lot of it's kids that want to go up there and party because they think it's haunted and it's just a cool place to go. But, and then you talk about Northern State, and you got all these people trying to break into Northern State during Halloween time because, oh my God, it's haunted. We got to go in there and see us a spirit. And they see a spirit and they run out screaming like Zach Baggins. But yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I know Chris is listening, but Chris sent me a message earlier talking about and these people. So we're going to go ghost busting until they see one. And then they stop ghost busting. Have you ever noticed that, Michael?
Yeah, well, you're right. There's a whole lot of let's say surface paranormal investigators out there that want to run across something that they've heard about or they see on television. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a lot of people now figuring out that this isn't just fun and games, and this isn't just something to do to spend some time out, having a fun time, but that it's a reality. And when the reality comes down to changing their paradigm, they freak out. A lot of people, I mean, people just think they can handle it, but indeed, the whole idea is that in ufology and in any kind of paranormal research, when the rubber meets the road, you got to be prepared for reality.
Well, that's why we had paranormal protection training again today. I mean, we talked about it on the show last week, but we actually did team training on it today. And we're going to do it again probably closer, because I know one of your UFOI team members wanted to come up and go to it, but didn't make it.
Yeah, Nikki was trying to get up there, but couldn't make it this time. She wants to let me tell her when the next training would be, because she wants to show up. So let me know.
Actually, while I've got you here, actually we're doing legal training next month. So I wanted you to come up and do the legal training side of it next month.
Okay.
So we'll coordinate that off show.
Definitely.
But you heard it first right here on S4, folks. Yes, next month's training is on the legalities of the paranormal with Michael Hall. And we had fun today. It was a fun training, and got a lot accomplished actually.
I will say, as a person who has never had a big experience, like there's little things that I've seen and heard that could have been, but nothing that was full solid in my mind. That's what it was. And so, as that person, I am interested in it. And yes, in certain ways, I do kind of seek it out. But I also will fully admit that I am the first person that, as soon as I see it, will do the Scooby-Doo legs and get out of there as quick as possible.
No, we'll keep you in the house.
Oh, great! I'm the sacrifice.
No, we're all staying in the house. Who was it? I can't remember who told the story, but they had a supposed Navy SEAL friend who wanted to investigate, and coming from the military aspect, we don't run away from much. We usually run towards it. But the investigator, he's on this team, and the investigator went towards the noise, and he went screaming outside, which surprised me coming from a Navy SEAL. And we kind of came upon the conclusion that he may have been a Navy SEAL, but he's never been to combat, and that'd be the difference. So UFO. So I do, second hour